Welcome back, Rich Minds. It's your boy Reno coming back to you with another video. And today's topic is gonna be your enemies are devastated. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, your enemies are devastated. Okay, family, it's some people who depended on you to lose. All right. There are some individuals who couldn't stand that you got the opportunity and they didn't. It's some people who are sick because you are now elevating and they're in the same position. All right, I need y'all to understand something. Your enemies are devastated. All right, but once again, y'all, it's not your fault that you're being blessed. It's not your fault that you're being elevated. It's not your fault. See, you are only following the Creator's laws, right? That's what it all boils down to. You are following the Creator's laws, okay? And so with that being said, y'all, we're going to speak about this within this video. Once again, y'all, excuse the cold, me being up under the weather, y'all. But I got to bring this word to you, okay? Secondly, family, y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. And last but not least, y'all be sure to watch this video entirely through, y'all. Watch it all the way through because what I'm about to tell you is how individuals are devastated, and specifically your enemies, the opposition, adversaries, family, friends, whoever it is, y'all. We're about to get directly into it. All right. But anyway, let's get into it, chosen ones. So number one, it's gonna be this, family. They are watching you blow up. This is the first reason of why your enemies are devastated. Okay. They are watching you blow up. All right. Family, when people have been this close to you, okay, to now seeing you branch off, to now seeing you become something big, to now seeing you become successful, and they don't have nothing to do with it. Oh, I'm sick now. I am devastated. How could you decide to elevate without me? Yeah, I know I didn't believe in your dreams, but still, I am family. You can't forget about me. I am friends. You can't forget about me. I am this, I am that. Obligation, obligation, obligation. Makes sense, y'all? See, they are watching you blow up, right? Family, I probably told y'all this once before, but I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to tell it to you in this way. Before I started doing videos daily, I would do them like quarterly. Well, I'm not going to say quarterly. I'm going to say it like this, y'all. I would do probably like 2 to 3 videos a week. 3 was like a great week, right? But it was more so about 2 videos a week. And I just was not as consistent as I was, like today, like now. And so people would notice when I wouldn't, post a video, and they'll be like, hey, you ain't post a video today. People always can tell you when you ain't doing something right? But they can always, I would say this, people won't tell you when you're doing something right, but they will always tell you when you're not doing something right. Like they'll always tell you when you ain't got this going on, when you don't have that, but when you doing it, you won't hear nobody's mouth. And this is how you know, right? Let's just say you are, you put on a few pounds, right, after high school, okay, or after college, and then when they see you, oh man, you need to start working out. Oh man, you're getting a little fat. Oh man, whatever the case is, right? And so let's just say that happens, and then as soon as you lose them few pounds, as soon as you lose, that little weight, nobody says nothing or nobody says anything to you, right? You just out here. You ain't doing nothing. You just out here. Well, family, people have a hard time telling you when you are doing great versus telling you when, telling you that you did something wrong or bad. They have a hard time with this. So getting back to it, y'all, they are now watching you blow up. They are watching you become successful. They are watching you live your life. They are watching you, literally. And so when people are watching you live your life on this grand scheme level, family, they're going to always have, something to say, but it's not going to be positive. So sticking to my story, I almost turned into that preacher, y'all, who tell 10 stories, y'all, he don't close none of them. That was almost me, right? But when I began to, start doing more videos consistently, and I started blowing up, getting more attention, and now I did my first video with 10,000 views, and then now I did my video with my first 1 million views, with 100,000 views, and then 1 million, 6 million, and so now I'm blowing up at this point, right? I'm blowing up, and so people begin to get devastated. You can see the looks on their faces. You can just feel the energy in the room. You can just feel the vibe. You can feel them not really supporting it, but it's like, I can't really go against it or I'm going to look like a hater. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You got that person in your family who don't want to look like a hater, but they know doggone well they're a hater. Yeah, y'all. I'm talking about that person. You know who it is. It can be that cousin. It can be that friend. It can be that sibling. Yeah, y'all, people who are just jealous and envious because you are doing something great. And like I said, y'all, it don't have to be on a big grand scheme level, right? It can just be you blowing up in your hometown, you blowing up on a job, right? Just you blowing up, doing something great and amazing. But sticking to it, y'all, they're watching you blow up, and this is why your enemies are devastated, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, I am about to blow. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I am about to blow, okay? Big deal, y'all, big deal. Number 2, you destroyed the trap, okay? You destroyed the trap. Can you imagine, y'all, something that was created for you to fail, okay? And then you decided to destroy that very thing that was destroyed, how can I put it, y'all? It was designed for you to lose or fail, right? Can you imagine how that person or that entity would feel knowing that they tried to destroy you with that trap, but you turned around and destroyed the trap? It reminds me of the system, right? The system. I don't want to talk about, oh man, it's about the white man and the black man can't have this. I don't want to talk about that. I'm going to speak about classism. I don't even want to talk about racism. Does racism exist? Absolutely. We ain't going to play crazy here. It does. But classism is the bigger issue. The haves and the have-nots. Who got money? Who's poor? Who can afford to, buy the $1 million yacht? Who can't? Classism. Some people are only able to get in because of their last name is known to be royalty, or we know that this person makes this amount of money per month. Classism is a big issue. Classism. And so it reminds me of the system that was created and designed to keep, I'm going to say, humanity poor. When people say the rich is getting rich, they ain't lying. Or the rich is getting richer, they're not lying. When they say the poor is getting poor, they're not lying. Because there's a system that is between the rich and the poor. And see, it operates and it works off of how you operate and off of how you work. So if you are an individual who creeps into the rich category or the rich tax bracket, then you're going to continue to get richer. Unless you're doing a whole bunch of poverty things, right? But it's designed to keep the rich rich. I'm going to give y'all this right here, y'all, and we're going to get back to these enemies. But if you was to make $1 million, and let's just say, you know what, I want to put this $1 million inside of an account, a high-yielding savings account. Let's just say you got a high-yielding savings account of 4%, right? And if you put that $1 million inside of that account that has 4%, you now make $40,000 a year just off of your $1 million. The rich getting richer, right? And it operates like if you put that money into real estate or if you put that money into stocks, right? Obviously what goes up can go down. I'm not saying that this is like a guarantee, but the guarantee is that high yielding savings account, that's guaranteed. The reason why I say that, y'all, is because the system is designed to allow the rich to get richer. I won't tax you for that $1 million that is on the inside of that high yielding savings account. I won't tax you off of that, right? I'm not going to tax you off of that, okay? However, when it comes to The poor, they don't have $1 million to put in a high yielding savings account, right? I barely got money to pay my rent. I barely got money to pay my car insurance. I'm struggling. I'm trying to make it. I get it. But imagine that same person who was poor come up and become successful. And now they are in the bracket of the rich, but they don't forget about their brothers and sisters who are still poor. They destroyed the trap. They destroyed the trap. And that's the same thing with you. Your enemies are devastated. Don't y'all think that, governments and, certain entities would be devastated? Because the rich thrives off of the poor, right? They thrive off of the poor. Why? Because the poor are the people who are spending all of the money. And now, like I said, y'all, high yielding savings accounts are real as well. Okay. They begin to invest their money into certain things, right? And so then they become an investor. Now they don't even worry about, selling products to consumers. But in order to get rich, you got to sell something or invest into something. It's the only way. Sell something or invest into something. Period. Right? So you destroyed the trap. Imagine being the individual who destroyed the trap of the system, okay, or the systemic oppression trap. Imagine that. And that is how your enemies, or that is why your enemies are devastated, because you destroyed their trap. Their trap to see you fail. Their trap to get you emotionally bothered. Their trap to get you mentally, uproared, or whatever the case was, y'all. That trap. All right. But anyway, moving on to the next one, and y'all drop in the comments if that made sense, y'all. I ain't trying to turn this into a math class. I'm just also dropping gems, while I'm teaching and preaching, but at the same time, it's a trap, y'all. We all know that it's designed for most of humanity to be poor. We all know this, right? And for the rich to be able to say, hey, I made $1 million. I'm going to just sit this money into an account. Oh, look at me. I make $40,000. Somebody else is struggling, to make $25,000. But just because you had $1 million to put it into a high yielding savings account that accrues in revenue 4% annually, I'm not saying it's wrong or right, but what I'm saying, y'all, is that it's a trap. And what side are you on of the trap? You can leave the trap there and say, you know what? I'm going to allow somebody else to step into it. Or you can destroy the trap and build a bridge for God's people to become wealthy. Your choice. Moving on to the next one, y'all. It's going to be number 3. No one answered their cry for help. Okay? No one answered their cry for help. Family. These people are crying to take you down. They are crying, okay, to get help, to assist them on their evil and wicked plan. They're crying for it. And nobody wants to touch it. Nobody wants to touch it, right? Like, when I watch some of these mafia movies, y'all, some of these guys, they be in trouble, right? And they're asking for help, right? They're asking for help. They need something. They need someone to, protect them, okay? But that person or that entity or whoever may be like, hey, man, no, I'm not finna touch that. This is John Gotti, right? This is, Don Corleone. No, I can't help you. If it was anybody else, I got you. But since it's those entities, since it's those guys, I can't do it. Why is that? Because nobody wants to answer the cry, answer their cry for help, especially when it's someone who does not deserve it and someone who has a bigger battle with someone else. And they don't want that war. It's going to cause an all-out war. Because if you were touched, y'all, then that means they have caused a war that has caused a war with God's anointing. It did. It caused a war with God's anointing. And this is what I'm saying, y'all. This is what I'm saying. No one answered their cry for help. And your enemies are devastated right now. They are devastated. They are pissed. All right? They are devastated. They are hurt. Okay? They are, if they could take a spaceship, y'all, and go to Jupiter, they would, because they are so devastated, y'all. They just want to end it all, okay? And I don't wish that on nobody, but what I am saying, y'all, is that all seriousness, no one answered their cry for help because they know who you are backed by, and it's almost like gang retaliation. You know, if a blood, touch a Crip, he know it's gonna be a problem. My gang is gonna retaliate on your gang. And very similar, y'all. I don't care how much they need help on taking you down or assisting on taking you down. They won't be able to do it because of who you are backed by, right? You are backed by the Most High. Somebody drop in the comments and say, backed by the Most High. No one answered their cry for help, y'all, because they know who they dealing with, right? They know who they are dealing with, okay? Number 4, y'all, is going to be this. You set boundaries, all right? You set boundaries. And so I did a live, y'all, speaking about this specifically. But yeah, y'all, you set boundaries, okay? You have, set a line of respect between you and your enemies. You have set a wall, right? A boundary to where they are not able to harm or touch you. You have set those boundaries, and now they wish that they can cross over. They wish that they can cross over, family. Okay? But this is what's causing them to be devastated. It's almost like being able to enter a football game. You've been going to this football game for the rest of your life, and all of a sudden they charging now. All of a sudden they charging, $20 to get in. You're like, I ain't got that. Too bad, right? That's the boundary. We're trying to separate the freebies for those who want to pay. Why? Because people who pay probably have a better mindset, probably going to appreciate it more. Okay? Like if, your mom bought you something, you probably won't appreciate it as much. Why? Because mom bought it. What for? But if you buy and if you work hard for it and you spend your hard-earned money for it, then what happens? I'm going to appreciate this. Yeah, I'm not just going to walk around outside in my fresh white Forces or Jordans or whatever the case is. Reeboks too, maybe Reeboks, but you're going to appreciate things that you buy more. And so when you set those boundaries, y'all, you force people to appreciate you. And unfortunately, for your enemies, they don't want to appreciate you. So you had to set that boundary. And they have to respect it, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, you got to respect it. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you got to respect it, all right? Moving on to the next one, y'all, which is the last one. That's going to be number 5, family. That is, their plan perished, all right? Their plan perished. It just poofed, went off into the sunset, y'all. It went off into the air. It no longer exists, y'all. Their plan perished. It's like their mind went blank. When it comes to dealing with you, when it comes to touching the chosen one, family, anything that they try to put together, it would never prosper and it would never, win, right? It would be diminished. It would fail, okay? Their ways will never prosper against you, all right? No matter what they are thinking in their mind, it will never manifest or come into fruition. Follow what I'm saying, y'all. So their plan has perished. They probably had plans on trying to take you down. They had plans on trying to slander you, right? Spread a rumor. They probably had plans on trying to get you to lose your job or lose your car or even take your kids, right? These things happen. They had plans on doing something that was going to have a negative benefit or something negative to happen onto you. It didn't work, y'all. And it won't work, okay? Their plan perished and it causes them to be devastated. It's like a football game, honestly, y'all. It's exactly like the football game the Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills played, y'all. The score was like 31-10. Man, y'all know I'm a Dolphins fan, y'all, because Tyreek Hill he's from the city, so he's from Pearson, Georgia, but he went to school in Douglas, right? And so I'm always rooting for the home team. I don't care from Willie Spence, RP, the Willie Spence. I don't care from me to anybody who's from Jennifer, I want to say Nettles. She's a country singer. She's from Douglas as well. We have a few people, y'all, who are stars, but anybody from Douglas, I'm going to always support. I'm going to always show love. But anyway, I was watching the game, and I seen that, man, it was a bad game for them. Tua threw 2 interceptions. Tyreek wasn't able to be as elusive as he normally is, okay? because he didn't really get the ball as much, and I mean just the whole nine, right? But what I'm saying, y'all, is that the plan that the Dolphins had, they pretty much perished. Okay, and I'm sure they were devastated because the plan perished. I'm sure the plan was to win. Y'all think football teams go in like, hey, you know, man, I don't plan on winning, I'm gonna let the other team win? No, we going in for the kill, right? But exactly like that, y'all, their plan perished. Okay, their plan perished, right? But what I want to say is, y'all, your enemies are your enemies for a reason, and they are devastated right now, y'all, because their plan has perished. Okay, good luck to the Dolphins next time, y'all. Yeah, I'm definitely expecting for them to win. But anyway, sticking to it, y'all, your enemies are devastated, y'all. So let's go ahead and do this recap, and then we'll conclude this video. So number one, y'all, they are watching you blow up. Okay. Number two, you destroyed the trap. Number three, no one answered their cry for help. Number four, you set boundaries. And number five, y'all, their plan perished. All right, y'all already know how we do. If you would like to purchase any one of my books, enroll into my social influence course, book a one-on-one session with me, or anything, y'all be sure to click the link down below in the description, as well as in the comments. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. Peace. What's good, family? It's your boy Reno. Check this out, y'all. I just dropped my social influence course, okay? Where I show you how to build up your social media platform, as well as become a self-published author. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? If you want to leverage your expertise, okay, you got to publish your book. But not only that, if you want to get popping and build your community, you got to build up your social media platform. And so I put that all in one course, okay? And so all you got to do is go to the link in my bio, all right? And drop in the comments, social influence. If you want to build up your social influence, click that link in the bio, and we're going to get you popping. Keep a rich mentality.